back. Now, when you think of music and you think about artists in today's game, this artist never disappoints. From Summer to Forget, What Happens After 12, and now Picasso in the Attic, my brother's been killing the game, and I'm super excited to have him back. Y'all show some love for Young Benny.
Yes, oh my God.
This has been long overdue.
What's going on, man? It's good to see you.
This is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's dope. Thank you.
Man,
What's going on?
damn, it's been, okay, so, been 3 years since I've seen you. It's been 4 years since Summer to Forget.
Yeah.
Damn,
Time's flying, bro.
how do you feel?
Feel good, man. Feel things are progressing, you know what I'm saying? Just the music is getting better. It's on par with what I want, and now we're just trying to take it to the next level, you know?
Absolutely.
Break down these doors.
Absolutely. I gotta talk about, I know we talked about it a little bit before in our last thing, but I gotta talk about it again. Summer to Forget, it's been 4 years,
Yeah.
right? When you think about that project, what do you feel like you was telling people about yourself as an artist? And then you think about from where you are right now.
Well, that was kind of like my coming out party almost, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was my first EP, like, you know, I was just releasing singles before that, and a lot of that prior to Summer Forget was almost like, right before that came out, I was starting to find like my true sound, because the singles I was dropping before, In the Dark and Nothing Is Forever, which are like, we're talking about them Offset.
Scars and stuff,
you know, like, Scars came after, but those became like staple singles of mine, but even before that, like I didn't really know like who I was yet as an artist, you know what I'm saying? I was like kind of just dropping like a lot of party music, and like I like that stuff still, but I knew I could tap into a different side of myself, and I feel like Summer to Forget was the perfect balance of that, because you have songs like Don't Get It as the intro, where it's kind of like eerie and like, you know, you could hear the hunger in my voice of like me really rapping. And then you have songs like On This with Cash and Toxic, where like they're high energy and they're fun. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with
Toxic.
Yeah, Toxic and Can't Relate too.
Yeah, and I you know, I
Same
like,
energy.
Yes,
Same
yes,
energy.
absolutely.
That's still my top song.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize that whole EP tells a story.
Yeah.
Like if you really listen to, yes, it was during COVID.
Yeah.
But I feel like you really poured your heart and soul. I mean, you pour your heart in everything, in every song you do. But if you really listen to it, like the same energy, it was more of like, keep that same energy, you know. I got to continue to fight through it and barge my way in.
That's one of my hardest tracks. Like I'll be honest with you, man. Like that's like, that could be like resonated with so many different things. You know, it's been so long that, you know, someone from Philadelphia, a fighter, a boxer from Philadelphia, found that song, and he asked me to walk him out to it for his fight in Atlantic City. And he won the fight, which was good, but you know, the video looks hard, the song's hard, he resonates with it, and you know, we're from two different worlds.
How did you feel, you know, walking out, you know, he got his hands, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did it feel, you know, walking somebody?
It's crazy. It was a really dope feeling, because like, you know, the way we came out of like the tunnel, there's just people on both sides, and the cell phone's out, and like, you're really like, you're representing someone that's going to war, to fight in a ring on some gladiator type of stuff. So, you know, it's high energy. The song is like, you know, a fight song almost, you know what I'm saying? Like chill fight song. And the hook is just like, again, like keep that same energy when you see me. If you're talking all that smack,
that ish.
You better bring it in the ring, you know, or in life, whenever you see me, so.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, then you came out with What Happens After 12.
Yeah.
Right? Talk to the people about that project, but more so, what did you mean when you came up with that type of What Happens After 12? Because obviously it was a 12-track project.
Yeah.
You got Sue on there. AMG still slaps to this very day.
AMG slaps.
You know, so you know, just talk about, you know, your process with that, because that's a completely different from Summer to Forget.
Yeah, no, that's when, you know, I really tried telling the story, like more on like a loose end, you know. Summer to Forget definitely had a story, but I felt like that was more curated as like a playlist rather than like a constant flow as an album. You know what I'm saying? Like, What Happens After 12 is, you know, a double meaning album. It's a night-themed album. Obviously, what happens after, you know, 12 o'clock midnight. And the 12 tracks symbolize basically what happens after these 12 tracks. You know, what happens next in my career. Then that's like kind of what I was aiming towards, like a very night-themed album. The first song is The Morning After. It's, you know, number 1. Track 6 is Favorite Time of Day. And then track 12 is Dreams. So it has a whole time element to it throughout the whole album. And I was just really trying to, you know, I'm a huge Kendrick fan, I'm a big Drake fan, and I've seen how they've always curated their albums, and I always love that. Like, it's very well thought out, they take their time with it, and that's something that I want to be known for. You know, I know albums kind of like, they've kind of like fallen off a little bit, like with people like diving into albums. Like people will if they like the artist a lot, but that's something I'm always gonna do. It's always gonna have a theme, I feel like, and you know, I just want to have it have some significance to where I'm at in my career and where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of songs in the vault, like a whole lot, right?
Yeah, I do.
When it comes to creating a problem, like, is it hard? Because it's like, do you ever decide, okay, like, should I drop this as a single or should I drop this as a full, you know, a part of the full-length project? Do you feel like you?
So that's kind of what happened with Benjamin, that EP I dropped in 2022.
Yes.
So that was almost like, if you look at it as a summer to forget, you know, it was like just a bunch of songs I had. I wanted to kind of bundle them up and, you know, put out a project with that. And again, that's like one of the more, you know, a fun project. You have Strawberry on there, you have Talk of the Town, you have Bounce, Pretty Girl Slaps. That's an underrated song. I still gotta like really try and get that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, basically, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have to ask, why is it called Strawberry? Like that bowling vibe. I like it though, you and Malk, but like, why is it called Strawberry?
It was the name of the beat, so I just rocked with it. And it was like, I don't know, I like strawberries, they're sweet. I don't know, strawberry smoothies are smooth, I don't know. It's a little smooth vibe, good joint.
Yeah.
You know?
My favorite track on the Benjamin would have to be Talk of the Town.
Yeah, Talk of the Town goes hard.
It really tells a story because you're an artist that really has engagement.
Yeah.
You don't have BS numbers. You actually have people that will come out to a show, really rock with you, share, forwards, the whole nine, right? Talk of the Town, do you feel like, as an artist, right, if a person's not being talked about as much, what do you feel like is the necessary steps they could take if they feel like they're promoting as much, that's not really working? Pretty much if they want to get to the same level as you.
You just gotta be out and about. Really, you gotta show face, you gotta go out to shows, you gotta meet people. Networking is the biggest thing in this industry. You know, so I feel like if you're networking and you're consistent with your content, you're putting stuff out on social media, you're engaging with the people that are checking you out, your fans and stuff, you know, the more they grow. You just gotta be seen. You gotta, you know, something I wanna focus more in 2024 is traveling. You know, I wanna get out of the tri-state area, actually more into the city, but also like kind of like broaden my horizons as far as maybe getting to Philly a little bit more, maybe even like a little bit more south, like try out Atlanta, you know.
Yeah.
I just haven't really had the chance to put the pieces together yet to travel and try and do a show elsewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you haven't.
Yeah.
I thought
I got asked to do open up for Afro Man down in Virginia, but the show got canceled. So.
Oh yeah. I do want to ask though, right? You opened up for a few artists.
Yeah.
Lil TJ, Dave East, Vito, right? How is your approach like when I understand your opening act, but is the approach different because it's a specific artist, or do you feel like you just have the same approach and you're like, yo, we're just gonna perform like what I have and just.
A little bit of both, honestly. You know, me and Jordan.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. He's my hype man. He's always on stage with me, and we always talk about it before. You know, if we're opening up for an artist like Lil TJ, it's a little bit more of like, you know, high energy, a little bit more singing stuff. So that crowd's gonna be more into like harmonies and melodies rather than straight bars. If it's an artist like you know, G Herbo, then I'm gonna do a little bit more of my like harder stuff. So it's a little bit of both. I like staying in the lane of who I am as an artist. I don't like catering too much to that. But at this point in the level I'm at, you know, you can't go wrong trying to like cater to the crowd to like, you know, maybe jumpstart a new fan, you know, a new fan base. So, because I have a little bit of both, you know, the Vito show went really well. The crowd really engaged with me there. And, you know, the music I performed there was on par with a little bit with what Vito does, you know, like I have a little bit of an R&B vibe sometimes. But, you know, the G Herbo show, I did definitely a lot more of my harder songs, like, you know, Hard Work and Same Energy and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. How does somebody get the opportunity to open up for a celebrity? How does that work?
Promoters reach out. You know, I've had both where like venues have reached out to me. There's a promoting company, artist, you know, relation company called Concert Crave. They'll reach out to you. They'll ask you to, you know, if you want to open up for a show. You know, the trade-off is basically selling tickets. So, you know, I've you know, made a good relationship with them. So.
Absolutely. When do you feel like it's the best time for an artist to start talking about compensation when it comes to performing at events? Sorry if I threw you on the spot on
No, it's good. I feel like, you know, anytime that you're performing, you know, it'd be nice to be compensated, no matter what level you're at. I feel like, you know, at a certain amount of time, like I've been in this for a good amount of years now.
Right.
It's like, yeah, if I pop, I might not go to the same show, or I might not take on the same show I once did like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I would say, you know, if you're in demand, people are popping out, and you're bringing people to shows, then you should get compensated for it, you know? But the time will come when, you know, when you have more of a fan base. And, yeah, exactly. You know, so I've done like private parties and stuff too, where, you know, people throw me a couple bucks, so it's cool.
Why not?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, cool. Now we can't forget about, you know, the album that came out, Picasso in the Attic.
Yep.
The name itself is very unique.
Yeah.
And I love how you was doing this on social media. You kept asking us, oh, what's the name of the album gonna be? You threw the album cover up before telling us the thing. And I kept saying, like, what the hell is he doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, just talk to us on that one, man. You had us wait, like, what, 2-3 years for a project, man? We was like, yo, Benny, what's going on?
Well, yeah, the project, you know, like, that one was like definitely a little bit more of like catered to like what I was going through at that point in my life, you know? Definitely like a little bit of a struggle, trying to like find out, you know, find out myself, find out my relationship issues, you know, find out this whole music thing, how I'm gonna have that take off into take that off into you know, where I want it to go. And, you know, Picasso in the Attic was basically, the album title itself is, you know, imagine if you had a Picasso painting in your attic that's worth like a lot of money, but you don't even know it's there, you know? So,
Can you say that again, please?
So Picasso in the Attic, imagine if you have it like a Picasso painting in your attic. That could be worth millions of dollars, like you're, you know, worth a lot of money or whatever. It has a big significance. But it's not recognized and you don't even know it's there because you haven't looked. You know what I'm saying? So that's how like I was feeling at that point, where it's like, I've been putting out a lot of music and I've seen the traction. I've seen like people like really react to it in a positive light. And you start wondering, it's like, well, what else do I have to do? Like, what else do I have to do to be seen? You know, in that sense. And it's like, I felt like something that was like kind of like a like a uncovered gem, or like a needle in a haystack type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Just being kind of like lost in the mix, or lost in all of the other stuff that is happening around me. And, you know, imagine you just go up in the attic one day, you're like, damn.
I didn't know this was here.
And you go sell that thing for whatever, $1 million, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. So it's funny, like, the idea was sparked from my cousin's husband. He was like, bro, like, you don't want to be like forgotten about, like, you gotta like just keep pushing and, you know, put yourself in the position to be seen more, you know, because I'm a true artist when it comes to, you know, I'm a true artist at heart. You know, like I like the art more than I like the business side of this, so, you know.
And that's one of the down parts, is like,
which is very important though. You need to have the business side.
Absolutely. They always say it's 90% business, 10% talent.
Pretty much.
But I always say this, and I think I probably mentioned to you over the phone, that every artist goes through a mental struggle at some point in their career. You may not hear from them for 2-3 years, and they're probably just going through, you know, life be life at sometimes, you know. And you may feel like, yo,
regular people too.
Absolutely. You may feel like, yeah, I'm making good music, but yo, I'm dishing out a shit ton of money out of this. People ask for percentages, people's asking for this, asking for that, all while trying to be a human being, still be a son, be a brother, a boyfriend, and so much more, or a sister, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. All while maintaining some sort of perfect, or, you know, image, because it's kind of like, okay, well, this is what people see, but they don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
No, they don't. And they could hear it in the music from me, for sure. You know, if you truly listen, like Picasso in the Attic was probably the most artistic I've gotten on an album before. You know, songs like Deeper and, you know, April 8th, those type of, you know, Guidance too. They're definitely like more driven towards like, you know, a little bit more of a somber vibe. But like definitely creative in its own way. But yeah, it's just what I was going through at that time, and if people really listen, they could hear the story. You know what I'm saying? Of, you know, the straight through, you know, of how everything is curated to kind of flow together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to answer your question before too, it's like when sometimes I don't even know I'm making that type of project. You know, I go in the studio, and I was telling someone this the other day, like, you know, I just record, and then I'll look back on what I have, and it's like, oh wait, this has like a constant theme to it. Because, you know, if I'm going to the studio once a week, which I was normally doing, I'm still going through all the things that I was going through at that point in time. So it's like I'm getting stuff off my chest, you know, that's still like current. You know what I mean? It's not like I come back, it's not like I go to the studio and then like 2 weeks later I come back and I'm like, you know, super happy, and I'm still probably dealing with an issue I was previous. So, you know, that's what was happening. The music was just reflecting off my life at that point, and it was like very honest, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing about you, you know, you stay true to the music.
Yeah.
And even when a project come out and it already been months already went by, you know, with the project, you'll still drop a single. You know what I'm saying? I love the single Alive. I love Bring It. I'm still bumping Scars.
Scars is hard.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it tells a story.
That would have fit really well in Picasso in the Attic if I made it around that time. It would have, right?
Yeah.
Could always just like do a deluxe.
You should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, when it comes to making music, people have to understand, like, in order for you really to tap in with an artist and even establish like an in-person, you know, relationship with him, one, you have to listen to the music. Two, understand their story, why they're doing it. Because I feel like this music business is so oversaturated, but let's say 90, I'll probably be nice with the number, 90% just want to throw on a beat and just say BS because they see an artist that just blew up just because, or probably just new people, you know, and that's the down part of it, you know, and they think like, oh, this is nothing, but that person probably had a connect, or maybe you don't know what they went through. Right. You don't know the amount of money they dished out. You don't know the people that, you know, and it's hard.
No, exactly, you know, and to each his own, you know, if that's what you like doing, that's fine. Like, everyone's got their own thing and their own artistic process of how they do things. But, you know, I want to take it to the level off of who I am, like not so much like stretch, you know, to something like conform to a trend. You know, I'll definitely like see what's going on and like, you know, maybe emulate a little of that into my music. But, you know, I like just being me, and hopefully me could take me to the next level, you know what I'm saying, of what I like to do and who I really am as an artist. Because, you know, you see it all the time. If you do something that is not true to you and you do blow up, when you put out what you want, it might not do the same, and that's when the fall off is. If I stay consistent and I get to a certain level where I did it on my terms, then when I'm there and I have everyone's attention, it's gonna be the same or get higher. You know, it's like staying true to me. So
I will have to say, as I think about, you have a lot of damn songs, but a song that probably could have made Picasso in the Attic, because I didn't see it from a way where you say he was going through some stuff. You know what song could have made it? Walks Like These. Yeah,
that's one of my favorite songs ever, man.
Yeah,
that was just like, again, true to me. My uncle loves that song, man. He actually wrote a poem. He read it at Thanksgiving. He named it Walks Like These, inspired off that song.
And Moonlight too.
And Moonlight too.
Gives, because you was in the city, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of gives up that.
It's cold as hell that day.
You're crazy doing that.
It was like 19 degrees the whole day.
Damn.
But no, my uncle, he loves Walks Like These. I've had a lot of people hit me up about Walks Like These too, because it's just one of those nostalgic type of feels. Like, you know, I talk about, you know,
you could switch up your flows.
Yeah, skating on PVC pipes. Like, that's what me and my friends used to do back in the day. And like my dad would try to make it cool, like, you know, light up the driveway so we could do it at night. And, you know, just like nostalgic things, thinking about my family, how like, you know, during COVID, like my family went through a rough time, you know, extended family, a lot of people got separated, and it was like, you know, just true words coming out. And Walks Like These is because when I was living in my hometown, Caldwell, I would like leave the house late at night and just walk and like reminisce about all the things I used to do, which like I started realizing
those walks are needed.
They're needed, but I started doing them a little too much. Because you started bathing in the past too much, it doesn't get you forward. So, I don't live there anymore anyway, so I don't really go as much. But, you know, definitely inspired by my town and the walks.
Well, before you hit the stage, I definitely got to tell you this, man. You and like Cash and like many other artists who came on the function have always graced the stage with just pure talent, right? And because you guys done those things, it really gave me the mentality of like, if any artist wants to come to the function, they gotta have good music.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna settle for nothing less.
But that's what I like about you and the show, though.
You guys have bars, you know what I'm saying? And I listen to the words.
No, you really do, man. You've been down with me since day one, basically. So I really appreciate that, man. And you know, you definitely take time to. You'll hit me up out of the blue sometimes. You're like, yo, what did that mean? Like you're actually invested in the bars, and that's where I specialize.
Even when it came to Toxic, and I was like,
remember you told me the other night.
Because I would bump it, but then I was like, one day I was driving home, and it was just like, wait a minute, Liquor Cabinet, merged everything together. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. Well, listen.
That's a good song.
Let me stop ranting. I need you to hit the stage.
Let's do it.
I'm happy to have you here, man.
Yeah, man.
My guy
Thank you.
Benny's in the
Thanks for having me
building.
back.
Listen, Benny about to hit the stage next, so keep it locked and stay tuned. I know your friends are happy to see this.
All right, it's a good one. Reset.
Everything was good with the walk.